and say, hey, welcome Team Gang Friends. Like I said, I had to mute the microphone earlier because Jen was disciplining the children, and she's doing a damn good job. I'm frightened of her, and I'm thankful for you for being here tonight. Otherwise, I'd have to be in there, and I'm going to get beat up by my wife for saying that, but it's just true. Mint, I tell you, how much do you bench? 350 pieces right now. Listen, for all the guests right now, if you're invited to this group or you're on Zoom, someone invited you to a page, a link, we have three things we want to do tonight. We want to entertain, we want to educate, and we want to empower you, all right? We want to share what's going on. I like to say change your channel, change your life, right? We have a couple special guests coming on tonight. We'll only be about 3 hours tonight, just 3 hours, right? Binge watching is what we do. No, it will be about 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to try to keep it as quick as possible. Who knows? Sometimes we go a little bit longer. But what I love about this is you can hit pause, you can go and you leave, or you can rewind if you're watching this live or recorded. All good things. No, pounds, baby, pounds. We have fun, all right? We have fun. We have some funny guys coming on and girls, and we had a lot of fun last night as well. My name is Vin Lamanti. I want to say welcome to the folks that are on here right now. And if you have any questions in the Q&A, put it in there. We have different types of technologies that we're using. How amazing is this, though? We have this free technology. So you're here. Someone invited you. They want to tell you about products. They want the product. They want to tell you about the business. They want to tell you about their friends. They want to tell you why they're doing this. I want to share with you why I'm here, why I'm using this out of my busy time. I'm very busy. I'm a retired New York City firefighter. I have 4 kids, a beautiful wife. I'm a very blessed man, but listen, like everyone else, I'm very busy. No excuses. Excuses are like heinies. Everyone has one, right? And let's just be real. Come on now. There's no excuses. We're in 2019 right now, so we want to have fun. And all those memes out there, I'm going to go through some slides real quick and kind of show you why I'm here and why I'm doing what I'm doing, all right? So, and what got my attention, all right? So, we're going to talk about, really what I want to talk about is why I got started in this type of business, all right? And I just want to be real. A lot of people can identify with this. And I didn't know this. I didn't know that it cost let me see something. Are we even, now that we're streaming? I didn't do a screen share. Sorry, 1 second. Hold on. Hang on. All right. And so we're back here. All right. So I want to share with you a couple things. Now, listen, I got a friend of mine, another fireman, was stalking me, wanted me to come look at some deal, and I was telling him it was a pyramid. I wasn't being negative, really. I'm just not listening to him. And like everyone else, I said what everyone else says. I have no time. I have no money. I'm too busy. It sounds like it's too good to be true. I'm skeptical. Everything you're going to ever say, listen, no one sees something like this as, I've been hoping that you'd invite me to one of these things. I wasn't open, but my friend persisted, and I said I'm not interested. I watched a presentation, but I became somewhat intrigued and piqued. This was 11 years ago. And, at the time we had three babies. I had a mortgage. Actually, I had 2 mortgages, 2 car payments, probably like 10 credit cards at the time. I had phone bills, gas bills, electric bill, food. I mean, we were just like, I was drowning in debt. I was like pretending I was okay. I was just pissed off. And I said, I got to do something else because I was working full time. My wife, Jen, was working full time. I was literally working full time in the mortgage business as well as fireman, mortgage loan officer. And Jen was working full time. And the grandparents were watching the kids, babies. And then we got pregnant again. I said, I've got to do something in addition. Multiple streams of income. I needed it. I never did business. I never did a business before. Wasn't a business guy. Never went to school really for business or school period. But this is why I'm going to tell you why I got started in this type of thing. So I was stressed, really stressed out. All right. And so I needed to learn more. And I'm going to share with you a couple things. So this got my attention, things like this. All right. Do you know these? And I have 4 of these. I have 4 of these kids that the average cost of kids is like $250,000, all right, to raise from 0 to 17. Is that nuts? All right. People do, look, a lot of people don't do their math. And when people get into business with us and they don't really do their math. All right. As simple as it is, they kind of pretend it's. And this was me as a young kid. Jen, I was like getting stressed out. And I'm a happy guy. I was never into money really, but I wasn't into having all these liabilities and stuff. And this is us when I was young, right? And then I didn't want to be this a little older. I just didn't want to. I see it happening. We see this happening all over the place. People don't talk about this at barbecues. They don't say, oh, everything's great. They say everything's great. A lot of people are struggling, right? And so, they say 78% now of Americans, and I think this is like going up, living paycheck to paycheck, because the model's broken of trading time for money. I don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer. We have doctors left and right we speak to that are struggling because they're working paycheck to paycheck. Lawyers, accountants, traditional business owners, they're all getting involved in this type of business. Now, look, Grant Cardone says there's no shortage of money in this world. Start hustling, man. Listen, there's politicians out there that are going to say, let's take from the wealthy and give to you. No one's going to give you stuff. And if they're going to give you stuff, and it's probably not that much, right? So look at what's happened here. Now, the internet and social media and everything's changed the way we live, right? I mean, this is time to reach 50 million users. Look at the telephones, 75 years, the radio, 38 years, television, 13 years. All the way down to Pokemon. Remember that? I never really knew much of it, but we heard of it. 19 days. Things are going viral right now very quickly because of the internet, because of, what we have here. Why not have a mobile-based online business? The benefits of a home-based business, a mobile-based business. In fact, check with your accountant. I'm going to tell you straight out is that if you're W-2'd mathematically, even if you were involved in a home-based business, a network marketing business, and never made a dime, at the end of the year, you'll be in the black because of the tax benefits for this type of business. But again, go and speak to your accountant or an accountant. Well, how about this? Speak to someone who has a clue. That's a good idea. That's probably a good idea. Speak to someone who has a clue about this, all right? And I have some guests on tonight that have more than a clue. Guys are really on their game. I want to tell you quick why I'm spending my time here. Let me get back to that slideshow real quick. Hold on a second. We'll show you a couple other things and why I'm here, and then we're going to have a quick interview, right? So, all right, so this is the company we got involved with, the gel, all right? Someone's probably telling you about the gel. We're going to kind of talk about it tonight. I was doing another business, and then I learned about this business, and I started like binge watching everything. I wasn't telling anyone, but I was watching. My buddy, who I'm going to introduce you to in a minute, I signed up with him. I didn't want to use. I just didn't. I was going to sign up with my friend because he's my friend. I mean, look, if your friend's inviting you, I'm going to be real with you. If someone invited you and they're your friend and like buy their product, what do you got to? Like, I didn't tell my friend, I got to research it. I got to go check with the dog catcher down the street and the doctor and my wife. And I didn't say that. I said, sign me up, bro. Sign me up. All right. I didn't use it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't do the business. This happened for 6 months, and I was kind of breaking his balls about it a little bit, just keeping it 100, all right? Keeping it real. This is just the way I speak, and this is the way we roll. And but when you see the growth that this company's had in a short period of time, here's what I was looking for. This was January 2018, not long ago, but come June, I had signed up, but I wanted these things. I want to show you a couple things that appealed to me, all right? This is what I was personally looking for. I don't know about you. I'm just telling you what got my attention, all right? Fat loss, I was interested in. Muscle mass, I was interested in. Mood, memory. Just check off one. If there's one of these that interests you, improve sleep. You know what? You want to laugh? See this one here? I wasn't looking for this. I didn't even realize, I needed it. I hadn't slept in years. I was taking melatonin and Z-Quil. Sometimes I drink NyQuil, all right? Recovery time, didn't know I needed it. Enhanced libido, sexual performance. Everyone says, I don't need that. Yeah, okay. Well, yes, please. I saw that. I said, okay. Healing, flexibility, joint pain. I'm a retired New York City firefighter. I have joint. Look, I'm 48 years old. I'm not 88, but I'm not 28 either. You know what I'm saying? Muscle mass, lean, heightened libido. Heightened. Is there a pun intended there? All this other stuff got my attention, all right? And actually, I only wanted a few of them. So pick out what you want, and that's what I wanted. So I started using the product, all right? And then I wanted to know more about this business. But a couple more things that got my attention. It was the only FDA registered. This is a big deal. You want to have it? Look, go watch Shark Tank and see if they're talking about competitive advantage. The only over-the-counter FDA registered in the skin transdermal HGH in the world, all right? Retailed out of San Francisco Bay Area with 90% retention rate. Got my attention. It's been sold for 8 years over the counter. All right, so this is a startup, a company that has a product that's not a startup. Another thing that, again, got my attention. I'm just telling you what got my attention. these two Facebook pages, I started snooping around and watching all the stuff. And I says, wait a second, this isn't just about muscles and stuff. This is the real deal. I saw what was happening with women, and I said, this is really cool. Look, I have circled the comments here. The testimonials are awesome, but the comments got my attention because it doesn't matter what you think. Right? I know it doesn't matter what I think. The market is speaking. I don't have my opinion doesn't matter. I can say, oh, that stuff doesn't work. It doesn't matter. All these people are loving this product. 3,200 comments. Here's a before and after picture. I mean, people aren't being paid to put their pictures up here. They're doing it, right? And I can show you hundreds of these, thousands of them, right? 823 comments, all right? People are taking their shirts off and going on Facebook. I mean, people are real. Look at this. Wow, amazing stuff in this gel. Look at the comments. So that, again, I wasn't telling everybody I was watching, but I was watching. I wanted to know, people with that, they're not saying it'll do this for you, but we're just saying get on the gel. Like, don't overcomplicate this. People want to, like, I don't know. They want to get a Bunsen burner out in a white lab coat and do their research. I don't get it, to be honest with you. But, people are people. What are you going to do? What are the doctors saying? This one here, I just tell you, I'm going to let you know. I listened to this. It was 14 minutes. I probably listened to it twice. Got my attention. This is like 2 minutes. I watched that. The doctor had to apply it. I want to know, is it safe? These are all top doctors, all right, talking about it. What is it? I didn't know what about HGH. This guy kind of got into it, all right? So I did, I guess I did do my research. But my research was, I bought the gel from my friend. But actually, he didn't sell it to me. I signed up under his website as an affiliate. And then I did my research. I didn't have to do it. I mean, I don't know. How would I be my friend to my buddy? Said, you want to buy it? No, I don't trust you. All right. What are people saying? I like what the people are saying. So we have some, short videos. There's so much, all right? People talk about weight loss, and there's the before and after pictures, and, skincare, all right? Health and fitness, all right? Anti-aging, people want to look younger, live longer, I don't know. Finance, I showed you, that's a big deal. So all of these things that play a big, big role, this covers all of the above, and a major disruption. We have a competitive advantage, broad demographic. I'm going to bring on my friends now. I don't want to keep going and going. We can talk about Uber and Airbnb and Facebook. You know what? Every company out there saying, we're the Uber of this, we're the Uber of that. So I'm not going to go say we're the Uber of anything, but this is just really cool. It's fun what's happening here. Let me bring on John now. And John's one of my best friends, and we've been hanging out for years and have done business together. Let me see. Start video. Let me get Johnny on here. And we party together. Yeah, John, I'm finishing my shtick. All right. God, geez, was it that bad tonight? Oh my God, was I ruthless? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You unmute. I'll unmute him. He's
I thought I did.
I got you.
No, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Your slide presentation with the testimonials. I mean, nothing speaks more higher volumes than people screaming from the mountaintop or from the soapbox, like, man, look at what this is doing for me. To the point where someone's going to put a before and after picture of their belly.
I know.
That's staring stuff. You
really
lift your shirt up, and you lift your shirt up, you better have something going on over there. And if someone's heavy, like God bless you, But that's what's going on. It's just, you have to pay attention to how excited people are, and it just when people get excited about a product. And it's a game changer like this is, and nobody knows about it. That's the craziest part. There's a whole, we have this misconception that everything is too good to be true. That's nonsense. There's no way, you missed the boat. But think about it. We've only had a year run now with New You Life Somaderm Gel. 1 year run. We're on pace to do literally $125 million if we maintain a full year. Again, at the beginning, it's always slow because a handful of people started sharing it with a handful of people. Exactly. Joe said I was a 400-pound Filipino woman, so it's changed me a lot. Obviously, you can tell I'm a 54-year-old Guido. But honestly, it's like crazy to think you got a product. It's kind of a wellness, fitness, beauty, health product. It does anything associated with HGH as far as the ingredients. We have HGH, and Somaderm also has thyroidinum and glandula superadrenalis.
John, I don't mean to interrupt you. I was really glad it had the thyroidinum and the juvenalis that you said.
And you actually thought it was holy botanicals.
Holy botanicals.
Botanicals, yeah.
I just
Holy
look, I'm
botanicals.
easy. I want to go like this, squirt, squirt. All right?
Yeah.
Look.
Well, listen, it's like vodka. I don't look at the bottle of vodka and see what kind of, is it grain? Is it potato? Where's it from? Grape? I'm like, no, it gets me buzzed. I like drinking vodka.
You want a drink? You want a martini? Let me check with my doctor first. Hold on a second.
That's another thing, too. It's another thing. No one's listening. People want to know about the product, right?
Yeah.
They want to know about the efficacy and the safety of the product. Does it work? Is it safe? You stop them right there and you say, listen, just take a look at these testimonials. Does it work? That answers your question. How about, is it safe? It's a homeopathic remedy. You know anything about homeopathy? There's no side effects associated with anything that has to do with microdosing. We're not spiking the body. We're not causing the body to do anything that the body's not normally used to doing. So this is like about just bringing the body back into balance. That's what I liked about it from the get-go. This is a homeopathic remedy. So like you said, you couldn't not take a look. Once you realize like the money was coming in, we started really doing well with the compensation plan is really lucrative. And you think about the nature of the product, right? You went over a bunch of things. It's a disruptor. It's an industry category creator disruptor. Not only is it a category creator, but it's a disruptor in multiple industries. This is you can, if you want to position this product in the wellness space, go for it. The health space, go for it. You want to put this in a gym and retail this? We're going to have a commercial program coming out where there's commercial retail. There's enough margin in this product for them to do it. But at the end of the day, you and I had a conversation, 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the company. Like just we're hoping that we go on a 20-year run. That's what we're wishful for. But we said we wouldn't be here without this product. This is the foundation. And too many other companies out there, they've got nice products, but it's always like, who's leading the charge? We got this guy from this company there, and they've got this compensation plan, and they've got these marketing tools. And there's a lot of bells and whistles, but they don't have what we have.
Well, and I buy them. I have a cleaner right here. It's good. I have the cleaner. I have protein. I buy a lot of stuff. I'll always support network marketing. But I wanted to put myself in a place where I had something that no one else had. I mean, how many episodes of Shark Tank do you have to watch before you say, you know what, we have something that no one else has? That's right.
That's right. That's it. End of the day, you're going to position yourself in a marketplace with tons of competition. I don't want to knock it, but like you got a lot of other really good companies out there that in the CBD space. You got a lot of other companies out there in the protein drink space, or a skincare space, or hair products, beauty products, wellness products. There's a lot of them out there, and guess what? They're awesome. There's a lot of great stuff out there. Yeah. But no one else has a transdermal microdose of human growth hormone without a prescription available through this network that we're building. And you talk about being first to market with something proprietary, bro. We're just going to light it up. I'm excited every day. It's a year in, and the amount of numbers we put up, knowing that we're not even a blip on the radar. We're marketing this product to over 50 million. Some people could say we're marketing to 200 million. Because it's the baby boomers, the Gen Xers, the silent generation, but here's like, speaking of a baby boomer, well, he's not even a baby boomer. He's a Gen Xer. He's in my 66. He's in my group. 66. He's in your group. So I'm the last of the baby boomers. I'm 1964. So I'm 54. So I just made the cutoff, Yeah. It's strange that I'm like so many other generations, Gen X and millennials, and it's just crazy. It's just like you start to feel old when you're.
Joe and I, we just interviewed a doctor, and I have some clips from it. We got to share that. And that's really all we do is share information. And I do want to speak about getting to the rank of coach and how to aspire to do that. It's so doable. But, so many doctors, we just watch a clip, and another doctor said that the big pharma industry has failed us. And it's not a secret, it's not a secret. Look, there's a time and a place for that. But wellness, look, there's books being written about this. The wellness industry, the boom, is the next $1 trillion, and we see it left and right, between Botox and everything, So,
Joe's doing the vegetarian thing.
Yeah.
Which is an anomaly because
vegan.
He's a pork chop meatball eating animal before he turned into a plant eater.
Yeah.
But and trust me,
Realize
I have video footage and multiple pictures, incriminating pictures of him stuffing veal chops in his mouth. But
Well,
he's doing this, and let me tell you something. I did it intermittently, and I'm 2 days in, just all vegetarian, and I just had this right here. This is cold pressed green juice.
Yeah.
A little bit of lemon, some kale, some spinach, some apple, some celery, cucumber, right? But I get into this kick where I'm juicing, and I'm doing the vegetarian thing, and I feel totally different. And then all of a sudden I look in the mirror like you're a week in, and you look like a different person. I mean, you are what you eat. The bloat's gone, your eyes look clear, your skin looks great, you're hydrated, and you're like, geez, I wonder if this is really good for you long term. So Joe, why don't you tell us about your vegan lifestyle you're on now?
Well, I don't want to go off on vegan. There's people aren't here to be a vegan, but I have gotten into homeopathic and natural stuff, as much as I can. We had a great meeting today with a celebrity, a celebrity from one of the reality shows with literally millions and millions of fans and followers and so forth. So there's going to come a point, and it really woke up my eyes. It's like, there's going to come a point where this is going to get in somebody's hands, like Jerry Rice or Sugar Ray Leonard, and they're just going to be promoting it. They're not going to get paid $1 million by New Life. They're just going to say, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you may not know these people directly. I didn't know the guy I sat with today, who's hopefully getting in tonight or tomorrow, but he's a major famous person who likes to make money. And that guy too, right?
Billy Blanks.
Yeah, Billy Blanks. They're out there. And the key is, you don't know if they're going to run with it or not. These people could break your heart. You try to explain to them, it's an entrepreneurial thing. We're not paying you $50,000 to hold up a bottle. Okay, and then they, if they get distracted or their agent says, no, my guy has to get paid because he wants to get paid, whatever. But somebody, a lot of people are going to land these people, and you want to just cast your DNA, your net. So you're personally sponsoring people, helping people, so that somehow they end up somewhere in your right leg or somewhere in your left leg. So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, all right? But the way this plan works, the binary, the fact that we sell this for like $140, $150, and it only costs $20 to make, $20, the price is going to go down as we produce more. So think about that. It's $120 a bottle minimum in profit. And more than half of that goes to us on this phone right now. That's why we're on the call. Just do the math, right? So the price will go down as we make more money, and we're going to get more sophisticated. We're going to attract more people. The compensation plan is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's not going to run out of money. And so there's going to be people that might just sell 1,000 bottles a day from their website because they know 1 million people. You say, oh, Vinny Lamanti, oh my God, he knows 1 million people. Well, we're exaggerating slightly. Some people really do know 1 million people, or 1 million people know them.
Yes.
And what the heck? So this is going to go viral. That's what keeps me up at night.
That was something that didn't exist. We can all attest because we've been around the industry for a long time. Myself, probably 25 years, but you're a good 10-year run, and Vinny, you've got probably a 15-year run. There were no such thing as social influences in network marketing back in the day. And with social networks and platforms, for someone to say, oh, yeah, I'm holding a bottle of this stuff and making a couple posts, like you said, they've got 500,000, 750,000 people following them on Instagram, Snapchat.
Millions, tens of millions.
Right.
What if they just sent out a tweet, Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, there's going to be a little more info on the HGH job. And it's like this. Right? With like 577 people down the right leg, down the column that are on the call. It's going to happen, guys. Get that. If you don't have the wherewithal, if you don't have the context, it doesn't matter. Just attract it. If you're 7 wide, you're going to be okay. If you're 1,000 wide, you're going to increase your chances of getting those people somewhere in your downline.
Joe, let me ask you this. Because, you have the backstreet with the background with Wall Street, and we're seeing a lot of this. And I think I want to bring on Kevin Debs too, actually, maybe to speak on this topic while you're going. I'll bring him on. More, and you've always said this, the busy business professional, more and more are getting involved. Not only network marketing, I see them gravitating towards this. I've seen more people in this company, in this business, because of this than I've ever seen in any other deal ever. So two-pronged question: why this, and why network marketing? Like, Why are they doing both?
Well, I've seen so many of my friends, guys from Wall Street, that have a couple $100,000 or maybe even more in their 401k plan. They've been saving it up for years. They're like in their 50s now. They have $580,000 in their 401k plan. They can't do the Wall Street thing anymore. So their plan is, and I've seen it happen, and then I advise against it when they get to me first. I'm going to quit. I'm going to retire. I'm just going to leave at age 52, 55. I have almost $1 million in my 401k. I'm going to open up a yogurt place in Morristown. I'm going to buy 3 yogurt stores, or I'm going to buy 3 franchise, a 5-man burger or whatever the hell it is. I'm like, what do you know about franchising? What do you know about making yogurt? Do you really want to be there, 5 a.m. or there till midnight? All of a sudden, you're a restaurateur and you buy the franchise. So what's a franchise? It's talking about like $400,000 for the franchise, right? And I say to them, like, why buy a franchise? Why don't you just make it, Mike and Joe's Burgers? Well, they have a system, they have a program, they have advertising, yes, so do we. How about you do this? You didn't have to invent this. You don't have to get the FDA registration paperwork. You don't have to run a credit card. You don't have to get a lease. You don't have to pay a franchise fee of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our franchise fee is $59. And I'm living proof. All of us on this call right now, the 4 of us, are proof that you can make 6 figures plus without raiding your 401k plan. So that's what I tell people. So keep your money. I'd rather you have it in a mattress than spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then they lose all their money. You know who make the most money in the restaurant business? The people who sell the restaurant equipment. They make the money. It's not the restaurant owners. Those are 1 out of 10 that. When
you look at that information, the restaurant industry, it's staggering when 90% of them don't last 2 years. They just go out of business. They come and go, and the investment is staggering for some of them. Some of them might be $250,000. Some might be like millions, $1.2, $1.3 million for the build out, the equipment, the staffing, the hiring. And all of a sudden you're like, it's over. And you're not looking for a return on your investment. You're just looking to get some money back. And
one guy gets whacked, and your whole restaurant's over now. No one's ever going to show up.
Down the street from me, we have a place, Brooklyn Pizza. I live in North Carolina now, and the guy's from Canarsie, Brooklyn. Really good guy. He's one of us. He's an Italian guy from Canarsie. He's been down here for years. We have a pizza night on Friday night. We'll go there 8 o'clock. He's there. You go there Saturday. He's there. You go there Tuesday night. He is there. He's always there. So not only – and he's got a good business. I can see he's pumping it, but he's also his lifestyle. Now he can't walk away from that business for 2 weeks. He's going to be stressed out. Lastly, I'll say this, and then I want to bring on Kevin. The difference, even with that guy's business, he don't have the leverage. He could add this to that business. You can't be a dentist and then add a franchise. This you can add to any business because it's mobile. Mm-hmm. It blends. We're not. This guy's down. If it's a snowy day, he's out of business. We have nothing to do with the weather, geography, zip code, or anything. So, Kevin, your background. Why are you here?
I appreciate it.
Kevin, good to see you, Kevin. I'm going to go. Sebastian Maniscalco on Netflix, guys.
Joe, it's good to see you.
Thanks, Joe.
Happy New Year, pal. I'll see you soon. I am here because, I'm here because of that young man below you. That it used to be a 495-pound Filipino woman who thankfully came back into a form and structure that is known as Johnny Lupresto, a.k.a. Johnny Love. Everybody in Philadelphia did not like when I went into the Johnny Love routine. They're like, get off the stage, you bum. I'm like, all right, here's John. But I would say I'm here because he showed me this opportunity back in mid-December of 17, and he had that wide-eyed look like he knew he had struck gold. Like he knew it was a one-of-a-kind category creator, that he's looking at. And he's like, this is everything we've talked about. For most of us that have been active and healthy in our lifestyles, even while working other jobs, I think we all would have said, wouldn't it be great if I had a bottle of something? I didn't have to carry inventory. I don't have to have any employees. I don't have to have any liability. I don't have to carry insurance. I don't have to get all this infrastructure. And I can go ahead and help people. I can help people feel better, possibly have benefits. And then on the flip side of that, what if it was the most generous comp plan that the multi-level industry has seen probably ever? And it's, those are the things that we didn't even think when we were uncovering. We're just like, we were so excited to get the hands on the product. So I'm here because of that man who's below us, who's getting those zone eyes like, when is he going to shut up? He just keeps talking about me. But when we think about all those things that you talk about, What I am laughing about is the healthy regrets that everybody in 19, all the people in 18 that signed up in the business, started as a customer, waited 2 months until they got their process going. Instead of making this a fun collective issue like, hey, why don't you try this with me? Let's quantify the downside. Let's think about this as being a 200 to 500 investment in your franchise, maybe 1,000. And if it's worst case scenario, if it's not good for you, 90% of your money comes back from the FTC rules. Like snake oil, send it back. But what if it works? What if it actually does what it says it's going to do? And now you've gotten grandfathered into a business for $59 because you're going to actually use the product. You're not going to have any excess inventory. Anybody who had 10 bottles on May 11th quickly understood what we were talking about, that this will never go to waste. So when we look at all the challenges and things that we've seen on an institutional level, a local level, I think we're all pretty much in unison, and we talk about this, how this is the bona fide opportunity. There's nothing else out there that's like this, that's a quick cycle. And we're running into all sorts of people that say, I'm in, I can't wait, I need this, I have my why, my 4 kids, this and that, college tuition, my other business is going underwater. And then they come back 2 days later, and they're like, well, I'm going to have to see the efficacy of the product. I don't know if I can actually use this per se on my skin. What does transdermal mean? I need more scientific facts that prove this. I'm like, 3 days ago, you were a millionaire. Now you're just like an also-ran. What's going on with you? What happened? You have put vodka straight into your body and said, you know what? I know it's killing me. This sounds like death and taxes. I'm going to have another. Bartender, you're open still. We have done this over and over to our bodies. But putting a transdermal gel that will not hurt you, at the very least, if you don't use it right and you don't stay with it, that's the only thing that's going to happen to you, is that your own idiocy gets in your own way with this. So when we're here, we understand the why. We just wish we could impose our will on people to say, 1, use the product, stay with it for the rest of your life. Not to hook you, but it's going to give you subtle benefits. And 2, wouldn't it be great to generate income? Wouldn't it be great to not have to go through the ebbs and flows? Just see your paycheck continue to climb. So, you guys are going to get sick of me. They're going to be like, we're not giving him a Val. Get him off the screen. Vince's going to be like, all right, we have Lorraine in Kansas, not Kevin. Lorraine in Kansas, can you please speak up? I know you have 1 customer. Go ahead, Lorraine. We want to hear from you. But I'm extremely excited, as you can tell. You guys are great, and we're enjoying it. We have a lot
you're a good testament, because you're a non-network marketer. No. You got a Wall Street background like Joe and Frank, but you are on the institutional side. You work for Morgan Stanley how many years?
I was there for 12, and then Deutsche for 7, Barclays for a couple, song and a dance, and then we had a boutique firm that was, a couple years. So it's
for 20 years. 20 years.
Hey, Kev, if you could just throw a real quick couple fastballs with that background, what's so appealing? Like just maybe some business tips, and why this business model makes so much sense.
Absolutely, and to finish John's statement of that, like from 23 years, what we learned in Wall Street is when you had an upgrade on like we all had phones, we all sat next to each other like we look like right now on the screens, and we sat there, and if like Apple was being upgraded from a neutral, which means don't do anything, freeze, like Card Sharks, to a buy, we got on the phone and we said, okay, we're just upgrading Apple. We didn't have why we were doing it. We didn't have the papers to back it up, the white papers to say, here's why the analyst changed his opinion. We just knew to get on the phone and get the information out as quickly as possible. We were trained that way. And we knew in trading, buy and sell, whether we were right or wrong, we had 30 seconds to make a decision. And then you had to be smart enough to be able to fix that. When I think of real life and this decision in the business process, we all want to develop successful habits to make this go faster. But a lot of times it's our own thought process that makes it go slower. So we talked a little bit last night on your talk show, which I love being on, sponsored by Vin. We talked about creating successful habits and a discipline and a structure. So if I could say to everybody out there, if you could think of this like a job where I'm not requiring you to go to the office, I am not requiring you to do certain things, take certain certifications, tests, and everything like that. But I ask you to look within yourself, within your Rolodex and your reach, and say, what if I make this a structured business where I chip away at this every day? I make it because I believe in it. Everybody who's tried the product believes in it. Whether they quit it or they stayed with it, they know that this works on a subtle level to a major level. So I would say take that and plan that around your business and create those successful habits. And take the no's and learn from them. Because when people ask you questions, we have people that still want to defer to us for the answers. All of those answers are coming from your no's. All of those people that are giving you a delay are giving you the answers that you can use in your next presentation to the next person to help them thoughtfully get there faster. Because if we can put a commodity that is hard to put a price on, it's time. We have freedom and time. All three of us have freedom and time because of this. We choose to work at this because we know the opportunity. We know that there's, and as you take these moments in time and you say, okay, I'm going to work at this as a quarter. Now I see how my year unfolds. I think you look back and you learn from the people in your industry. The three of us are all successful, but we're getting on this every night and creating a discipline and sharing information. So I would take those successful habits. I would move faster, have fun with it, quantify the downside for people, and learn from everybody here. Sponge it up. Go to your testimony pages. Go to your Facebook pages. Go to distributors. Go look on Google. What does homeopathic HGH do versus other H? Just get fascinated by this and then learn from those no's. Because they're giving you a lot of the answers to get to that next yes. They're giving you a success path. You don't even realize it. So that's kind of,
love it.
I'm going to take a breath now.
Love it. I appreciate it, Kevin. It's always good to have you on. That's why I saw you.
You created a monster.
A monster. So Johnny,
he's responsible for this. He goes, "You're going to be great at this. Now just remember, I'm going to pull you off the stage because I'm the star of the show."
So Johnny, thanks, brother. Johnny, give them 60 seconds how to get started, what they should do. Go to the, I think a lot of people don't know that they get a replicated website, the back office, and things like that.
Kevin summed it up pretty well. You don't overthink it. You got a wellness product, and it has everything to do with the benefits associated with HGH, which means you've got about 40 known benefits that ultimately could benefit you from, like you said, maybe a subtle scale to a grand scale. We know that it's helping a lot of people. So why not at least just get a bottle? Come in, get a position for $199, which is literally your business, not $65,000 for the average startup. We're talking about literally $199. Try the product. Plug into all the calls. Get in, listen to what's going on. Take a look at the Facebook pages. This is not rocket science. You got a simple but incredibly profound product that you can share with people, ultimately help them both not only physically, emotionally, energetically, but ultimately financially. And that's what I'm here. This is a business. We're doing this because it's a business. We're not playing around. We're not getting on like social media or like your Facebook or this Zoom platform and waving at each other just for ha-has. As you used to say, we're not pushing each other in the bushes, laughing because we got your 190. We got your 199. So now we're all laughing behind you. You just paid 199, sucker. No one's doing that. You're like pay the $5, spend $1,000, get 8 bottles. Trust me, the worst that's going to come of it is you'll have inventory to give other people. You could sell some bottles, but you got a business, a real business, and the money's real. And that's it, man. Just try the product. Get in.
Yeah.
One last thing I would say, Vin, you've been great at it. Johnny's great at it. And I, you guys are great communicators, right? Everybody should work on communicating more, not less, because the more you learn from each other, the more you're in this process, the more you take time to do that. Yet becoming a person of influence. Very nice. I mean, Vin, you and I didn't know each other before, right? We knew a little bit of each other from a previous, but this is how you start to develop and forge and say, hey, you know what, Vin, how are you going about it? How can I, jumpstart a little bit? It's that mind share and the communication. So when people get quiet, right, they sign up and then they kind of, what do you call it, John? Witness protection?
Yeah.
They go into the witness protection. I mean, I've been a sponge ever since, like, I'm bothering you. Right? You're not bothering me because I want to continue to learn, because as you said, in a business, the more I learn about this, the better I'm going to be at. So I think that's the communication has to keep building for people. And it's going to be more fun for you. I mean, who doesn't want it? Like, I woke up, John's going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, look at that. It's another 1,000. It's great. Right?
Yeah, I do look for it. It's such a sick thing. We all do this. We all go out and do this. And if you've ever done network marketing, any of you, you go check on your business, you go log in, see who came in overnight. And then I go look at my commission adjustment. You just watch the numbers go up, and it's a fun thing to do, man. It doesn't suck. That's
you literally wake up with a pay raise every day. It's the truth. So,
it's wild. You wake up with a pay raise. Yeah.
That's just a fact. All right, Team Gang friends, guys, thanks for tuning in. I want to thank all the guests for tuning in. We're back here again tomorrow night. We may be tomorrow night at 2100 hours, 9 o'clock. We'll get that information out to y'all. All right, we're going to have testimonials. Also, we're going to be streaming on Facebook. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of good content. Next week, we'll be in New Jersey live. There's the Gel Tour. So there'll be a lot of live events. Get to a live event. You know, kick the tires about this thing because it's about to go nutty. So thanks for tuning in, and see you all at the top. Let's go do it.
Thanks, everybody. Go luck.
You guys, good job.